Okay, so now we're starting off with RDLs with dumbbells. So I'm starting off with the dumbbells on the ground. So if you're just starting off with the dumbbells, you might want to put them on like a bench or something, just so you don't have to go all the way down to the ground to grab them. Maybe grab them from a higher level. It might make you feel a little bit better, and it might put you off in a better starting position. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my dumbbells, and I'm gonna stand with my feet a little wider than about shoulder width apart. It's gonna be more or less depending on the person. So now I'm gonna feel my weight kind of shift towards my heels. So I have the weight on the base of my big toe, base of my little toe, and my heels, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a scoop, and I'm gonna do that full exhale to feel my belly muscles engage. So I'm gonna squeeze my shoulder blades back just a little bit. So I'm kind of squeezing my armpits a little bit, and I have my knees nice and soft. So now, to perform the deadlift, I'm gonna start to bring my weights towards my toes, and my hips are gonna be shifting backwards. So the whole purpose of the deadlift is to have your hips to kind of come back as so. As my hips are coming back, you're really trying to maintain that neutral spine. So what I mean by neutral spine, have your head stacked on top of your rib cage, stacked on top of your pelvis as you shift backwards. So this is kind of moving straight as your hips shift backwards, as so. Another key thing to remember is keep that little bend in your knees. So as you lower to the ground, keep your knees bending a little bit more towards your toes as you're keeping that stacked position. Another thing to remember is your head position. So I'm looking at the ground about 7 to 10 feet ahead of me as I lower the weights towards the ground. Again, I'm keeping those shoulder blades downwards. I'm keeping that stacked position, and I'm keeping that tension through my belly as I inhale and move down towards my knees. Exhale as I return. Keep that tension through your belly as you inhale, go down towards your knees. Exhale as you return. So common problems that I see with this exercise is people kind of straightening out the knees as they go down and keeping them straight as they come up. That's gonna make the motion come more from your back. So keep that little bend in your knees as you're shifting downwards. Another problem that I commonly see is people moving too far into the range of motion. If you're just starting off, I want you to go in a shorter range of motion. So probably to about maybe a little bit below knee level. So probably to about right here. So as you get better, you can go down a little bit further, probably to about shin level. Most people, I probably wouldn't go much further than that. Again, I want you to maintain that lower belly tension as you're lowering into the motion. And when I say lower belly tension, I don't mean kind of grip through your abs as you lower. So we've talked about this inhale and exhale to help you kind of feel those deep abdominal muscles. So you're trying to feel those deep abdominal muscles and stabilize your spine as you lower into the range of motion. Feel the weight on your heels, little scoop through your pelvis, full exhale. You'll feel that rib cage kind of come downward, and you're keeping some tension through there. Keep that tension as you inhale and lower. What I commonly see is as people lower into the motion, they lose that tension through their belly, and the belly kind of starts to expand as you lower into the range of motion. That's going to cause a lot of excessive tension in your back, and you're not going to get as much range through your hips. So keep that tension through your belly as you're shifting your hips backwards. Another problem that I see is people looking up as they lower like this, or looking down too much as they go like this. Again, 7 to 10 feet ahead of you as you lower into the motion.